I hope that you'll click on the link and join us over on Whatnot, as this is a live show where you can bid on crafty items. And if you see anything on the screen and you're watching this on the replay that didn't sell and you're interested in making a purchase, just send me a message on Whatnot and I can create a custom listing for you. We're doing a raid train today that is all about kits. Hi, Hazy. Hi, Lori. Hi, For Good. I'm going to go ahead and get the first giveaway started. Good morning, afternoon if you're on the East Coast. And we've got a really fun, this is from my snack category sales. I haven't done a snack show in a while, but I started ordering some samples of things, and these are super fun. So uh, I have to double check what the cost per unit would be, but they're glitter bombs. You basically pour them into a fizzy drink. And so it could be like a clear seltzer water or like a LaCroix or something like that. It could be champagne and it has a little bit of a cotton candy taste. And then it's got edible glitter. So it can be to dress up your cocktails or your mocktails or kids' drinks. Anyway, they're super fun. And hi, Atlanta kids. Welcome in. I am alive, just barely. I'm still doing that shuffle. We're only in this place for another 3 weeks, and then we'll be down in San Diego, I think, for the summer. So life has been kind of crazy, but I am still enjoying junk journaling as a way of kind of keeping my sanity. I like to tear books apart and put them back together again. And today's raid train is all about having kits for doing that. So I just threw a few things together, and we'll see if anyone wants to join me in the. Oh yay! Both of them are junk journaling now. I wasn't sure if you still had enough stuff left in the house for them to junk journal, but now that I know that they are, I definitely need to send some fun stuff your way. If you haven't already, enter the giveaway. This is for a fun glitter bomb, either for you or for the kiddos. And then let me go ahead and go to the auction and show you these kits that I have started. So there's a little bit of everything in these fun kits. And I think I made 3 big kits and 1 small kit. And so I'm just going to give you an idea of some of the things that are inside of the kits. Each one is a little bit unique, but also at the same time, I went 1, 2, 3, 4, and tried to make sure that there was sameness in the total number of items. So and we're doing dollar starts like usual, but I'm going to go ahead and set this first one for 5 minutes so I can talk to you guys for a little while. The raid train can come in and you can enter the giveaway. All right. Yay! Thank you, Delaney. Princess Catherine is here and all of her friends. Welcome in, guys. I'm getting the first kit started. This is a basic get your junk journal started kit, and at the same time, I have a giveaway going for this fun little cotton candy glitter bomb. You drop it into your drink, whether it's a cocktail, a mocktail, or just a soda. It's edible glitter and super fun. All right, so these are some of the things that you can search around the house for. Check your grandma's attic to get your junk journal started. And I had these lovely boxes, and so I just wanted to go through and fill them to the gills with a bunch of stuff to get your junk journal going. This is a nice piece of vintage wallpaper, okay? And there's even like some paint splatters on the edges there. So vintage wallpaper is fun. This is that freebie wrapping paper that you get sometimes when you donate to Humane Society and such. And then I've got a small assortment of papers. This one comes from a poetry book. This one is the best piece of the whole thing. This is from a true 1800s, I think it was 1899, 1896 court document ledger. Some more papers from different books, and I like to do different. My style is kind of like sad beige mom. We talk about that in the kids category, but I love all of these kind of vintage books that often come with the coils here. So this one is a book about ginseng. These are 2 different pages from 2 different books that are music books, more poetry, any of the older kids books. like the Judy Blume books and Freckle Juice, and a lot of those paperbacks that we read as kids are now perfectly weathered and nice and brown. Of course, we've got pages that have some wildflowers on them, and then this is one of those like gift books that has a quote on it. We've got some plain envelopes, regular bills envelopes, then greeting card envelopes, then uh, we've also got a book plate. This is a nice, no, I don't know if it's rice paper or not, but I love the texture on these. This one is a library card. Okay. Tea stained tea bag, greeting card, piece of fabric for tying your journal off, postcard, violet, again, birds, flowers, another envelope. This one has texture and different color. Okay, all of these things can be used to either embellish a junk journal you already have started or help to get one started. The 6x6 craft paper pads are great for getting things going. I love to find art books and pieces of art. I think this one is from a Degas book, and it's super silky. It's a really beautiful image. I've been experimenting with coffee dye. So this is actually a Rolo paper. You can barely kind of see it there. Don't throw anything away if you coffee dye it or tea dye it. This is a library pocket, and these are the original ones still available with the sticky back so that you don't have to tear a book apart, and then the little card we saw earlier that goes in there. Things like stencils are great. This one is used, so it has a little patina on it. More cards, note cards. Lots of these little book, rather card decks. So this is a tarot deck of cards, and I find them all the time, whether they're tarot cards or angel cards. Okay. Hazy is in it at $2. There's some vintage buttons. Here are some vintage fabrics that can be taken apart. This is the start of somebody's sewing project, so you can either leave them as is or take them apart. And then all of the little odds and ends. So things like ribbon, these are headbands. You just start looking at things differently, and you can see how if you cut this into pieces, then you can use it as little tag toppers. Okay, there's a guest check in here. Then there's also one of my colored library cards. I think those are in the bin. These are fun little fabric samples. A jumbo Jack of Diamonds card, couple flash cards, vintage playing cards. This one is from Authors. That one's got a cute fox on it. I threw a pen in there too, just because I had a bunch of pens. I was kind of cleaning. Tickets, jumbo paper clips, and then brand new clothing tag. Lace. You get the idea. So this is the first one. The first one has a little bit more of this like red and navy as the accents and green, but otherwise each of the boxes that I'm going to show you has all of these same things, but it might just be a different image or slightly different. And I'm going to make sure to top them off as well. I've got a few other things here on my desk that I can add. And, oh, look at that, Atlanta Kids won. So this first one is going to go to Atlanta Kids, and I am going to top that off with goodness for you. And then let's see, did somebody win the giveaway? Awesome, Chris. The glitter bomb is coming your way. Okay, and then I'm going to run another one, and this time I'm only going to run it for a minute, but I'll show you that it's pretty much the same, just a little bit different. Okay, so here's another box of goodness, guys. I want everybody junk journaling. All my friends that have never junk journaled before, let this help you get started. Okay, let this help you get started. All right, so starting the auction again. Thank you, Delaney Y, for hosting the raid train. Everybody go give her a follow and bookmark her shows. She's coming off of a broken leg, so she definitely could use any tips that you can toss into her tip jar. And 30 seconds on the clock. Again, starting at just $1, and you'll see pretty much some of the same things. So there's that vintage wallpaper again, different piece of Christmas wrapping paper this time, but otherwise the same envelopes, cards, same books were used, little pieces of fabric. There's that history the People versus George Cormany, an indictment from, this is a huge old ledger that I started to take apart from a county in Illinois. I was home over the holidays and grabbed that. Then there's the same papers. Here's this bird. Okay, I love the old nature guides, the Audubon guides. There's the pocket vintage postcard. Yay, Atlanta Kids has one for each of the kids now, and I'm going to tailor them a little bit for her. There's going to be more good junk in the bottom because there's plenty of space in here. You guys, if you're not following my friend Atlanta Kids, please do. She has some of the most incredible kids merchandise. Unfortunately, she's getting out of the biz, so that means good deals for you. But she's also selling some of the items from her home. I'm drinking coffee this morning from one of her Starbucks mugs. All right, I've got another kit coming at you. Okay, this is the third and final of the same size. Okay, so I had 3 boxes and the slightly bigger piece of wallpaper. Again, 30 seconds on the clock. Get your junk journal started. This one has black fabric and gold buttons. There's those same vintage cards, guest check, and sneakers. The Rolo page. There's the page from the Degas book. Okay, there's the same page from some of these. You know, sometimes I sell those for $1 each, but I made an effort to try and match up a few colors that you can make more than one junk journal from this. Yay, Allie K! What an incredible steal of a deal. Tell me in the chat, are you already a junk journaler or are you just getting started? It helps me to know how to maybe personalize your box with a few other goodies. Okay, so 2 to Atlanta, 1 to Allie K. Let me grab this other box and show you guys that this one is a little mini version. It's just a slightly smaller box, so I couldn't do some of the bigger envelopes as much, but it's pretty much some of the same exact things. There's that Degas page, there's this, and this one is actually going to be my buyer's appreciation giveaway. Oh, I guess my dishwasher's done. Sorry about that beeping. Okay, so this one's going to be my buyer's appreciation giveaway, and the next one that I'm going to do, if anybody else wants to get a box, okay, I haven't put another one together yet, but it'll be similar. So this one is a mystery box. Okay? This one is a mystery box, guys. I'm going to run it just for 10 seconds. And if anybody wants to take a gamble and get a similar box, I'll fill it to the gills with similar items. Okay? If anybody else wants to get a similar box. Okay, why didn't it start? Let me try again. Request for library cards. So the court papers I haven't taken apart separately yet, but yes, the library cards I absolutely can. And I think they're in, there we go. All right, so if anybody wants to take a gamble and get your own kind of personalized kit, you can send me a message of the style that you like, and I'll put together a kit for you that is similar with some of those same items. Let me know if you want me to run that again, because this empty box is just begging for some goodies. Okay, but I wanted to personalize a little bit. All right, otherwise, let me find... Here are my library pockets, and I will put 10 of them in the bin for $1 a piece. So each of you can get your bundle started. I'm going to put them under stickers, because they should fit into a regular envelope. Okay. So, library pocket, 1. We'll run that box again. Thank you. And there you go. That one should be, I think I might have put it in. Okay, let me pin this. Okay, so I have 10 of these guys. If you'd like to grab one of these, I will include with it one of the plain cards. Okay, so it'll be a pocket plus a card. I have 10 of those, $1 a piece in the bin. And then I'm going to do the dozen library cards. Okay, so these are the fun colored cards that I also have. And I'll do a dozen of those for $1, but dozen library cards, multi-color, and I'm only going to do 4 of those at $1, so first come, first serve. And I'll keep the shipping low there. All right, so these, you'll get a dozen of these. I think there's 6 colors, so it would be 2 of each color. Okay, so I put that in the buy it now, I believe. Let's see, if so, I can pin that. Computer's running a little bit slow. So for mystery boxes, I only have 1 more empty box, and then I've got some signatures that I'm going to show you guys. Thank you guys. Woo, it's fun seeing the buy now, go, go, go. All right, and then now I am pinning these. A dozen of these for $1. That's a huge deal, you guys. Usually I sell them for $4. Usually I sell them for $4, but we're having fun today. Okay, so I have this one. Anybody that buys library, this one is going to be the buyer's appreciation giveaway. And I'm going to add that right now so that everybody can enter that. And then this one is the, if you want to take a risk and know that I've got good stuff and I like to hook you guys up, you just kind of say, you tell me, hey, I actually like grungy better, or I like colorful better, or I'm working on a purple journal, and I'll fill the box with similar items to what you saw in the other ones. I only pre-made the 3, so it won't be the exact same, but it'll be very similar, okay? Box full of papers. Let me run one more. Okay, 10 seconds on the clock, $1 start, and there you go. Okay, so this is take a gamble, and let me know what you like. Just send me a message. If I don't get a message from you, I'll just fill it with goodies. It'll have papers, cards, paper clips, some lace, some ribbon, other trims. Well, look at that, guys. This is going to be an awesome box. Thank you. Thank you for the timer. Oh my goodness. We've got a bidding war, guys. You're too kind. You're too kind. All right, let me get this other buyer's appreciation mini box of junk journal goodies. Awesome! Woo! Thank you, Heather. Send me a note and I will fill that box to the gills, and I will make sure that you get some of those vintage ledger papers that I haven't really torn apart yet, okay? Because I am ecstatic. That's the best junk journal sale that I've had so far. All right. Getting the buyer's appreciation giveaway in there, and I will get that pinned and going. Okay, profile 4 to 7 ounces. All right, now I've got some signatures, guys. So if you guys want some papers, okay, if you want some, so I'll go ahead and toss that in to start. Got it started. Confirm. I also have some signatures to get your junk journal started. So wanted to show you guys that this is the way that I like to make my journals, okay? So what I like to do is I like to take a bunch of papers, okay? And so start auction. This one I'm going to do for a full minute and 30 seconds. And it's mostly beige papers, but you'll see. So this signature, $1 for this pile of papers if you're interested. If not, that's okay. If nothing else, it lets me talk to you guys a little bit about it. So depression glass, interior design, any of the fun things from the antiques and collectibles section. There is a piece of wallpaper that I showed you earlier, a doily, a page from a playing cards book. So again, check the collectibles and hobbies section. This is the book that I took that one out of. This one is that book about ginseng. This is the poetry page. This one is a book that was, it's a kid's book, but it's Asian characters. I'm not sure. I think that's Chinese. Grid paper or graph paper, old writing tablets. If you leave them out in the sun, even if they're newer, this is actually a photocopy of a crochet booklet. But basically, I like to take a pile of papers like that and turn it into a signature. So this is the first one that's running. And while that's running, I'm going to show you a little bit more. Okay, and then I have this book that I started to take apart that is all about Mexican art. So I'm going to add that page there. And then where is, okay, and so then this is what they look like once you start to fold them in half, right? So you take one, you fold it in half, and then you kind of decide. So now you've got a folio, what order you want your papers in. And I look for patterns like that blue up against that blue is kind of cool. And then I might take this lighter white one and put it here. So I'm going to run it again. Wow, thank you, Minerva. Everybody, please go follow Minerva. And in honor of Minerva and the surprise raid, let me do another quick giveaway. This one is for another one of those glitter bombs. Okay, it'll look similar to this one. You drop them in your drink and you have edible glitter and a little cotton candy explosion, mocktail, cocktail, kids drink, clear soda. They work great. Thank you, thank you. All right, and so here is the next signature that's running right now. Okay, a signature of unique papers. I'm just kind of showing you guys how to do it. We're going to do this one for 15 seconds. Continuing with, there's that Asian characters. Now I'm going to turn these up so that we've got them up and down. I might add then the graph paper here. Go small and then go large. There's really, it's just a rhythm, guys. You fall into your own rhythm. It looks like that one I've got twice. Do I have that one twice? Nope. Maybe. Yep, I accidentally grabbed that one twice. And then this one. Okay. It's also twice. And there's that. All right. So once you've got your signature, then you can put a few signatures together and put them into a junk journal. So I'm going to do this one more time, but this time I'm going to put all of the signatures together for you, okay? Because I started these, but then of course, like everybody, ran out of time. But there's enough here. I think I had five signatures, and I'm going to put them all together in a way. If you want me to sew them, I can sew them. If you don't want them sewn, I can send them to you as just stacks of paper, but I've already got these ready to go. So 15 seconds on the clock, dollar start, all of these papers right here. Atlanta got the first pile, and these are all the rest. These are all the rest, those same pages, but they're the starts of signatures. Just running out of time. Okay, and gonna draw a winner for the glitter bomb. And the winner is Abby Cat. Awesome, Abby Cat. I know that you enjoy junk journaling, so I'll make sure to include some things along with your glitter bomb. And yes, Atlanta kids, of course I'm going to sew it for you, okay? So now that you have all of those, I'm going to put that together for you as a nice fun journal. I'm going to run the buyer's appreciation giveaway in just a second, and then I'm going to show you guys one more, okay? Just because this is what I have on my desk, and I just as soon get these into those boxes. If anybody else wants some papers, this is a hummingbird theme one that I started. So this is what they'll look like once I get them all folded and together. I think there are 2 signatures in this one, and these 2 signatures, I'm gonna run it for a minute. Have a couple hummingbirds. So there's not a lot of hummingbirds. I just used kind of the colors from the hummingbird pages to get this one started. So this is the start of what I would do as a hummingbird journal. And so here you can see there's the first page from an old wildlife book. And then some of these old pamphlets. This one is about shakers. There's actually 2 pages there. You add in perhaps some scrapbook paper. Here's the first time that we've seen ledger paper, really popular with junk journals. I love index pages and table of contents pages. Here's another version of graph paper. This one is like a resume paper. It has a nice tooth to it. Here is an older sheet music. You can often find sheet music really cheap. There's so much of it out there. Flower arranging is another one of my favorite books to look for and to tear apart. This is another piece of scrapbook paper. Here's a portion of a map. That one I think is actually upside down, so I'll flip that around. And then I like to do a centerfold with a pretty image, and in this case, it's the hummingbird again. So there's the first signature, unsewn, and here's the second signature. Same styles of papers. Okay, interior decoration, yay, brass instruments, all of this. And then you see just changing the color a little bit. They flow really nicely. And centerfold is another hummingbird. That one's beautiful. Okay, and so then you start to add pockets and things, and you can add more color if you want, or you can stay with the beige theme. But my dear friend Atlanta Kids has bitten the junk journal bug, and so I'm sending tons of things her way. I'm so excited. I can't wait to get all of this in the mail to you. All right, let me get this one added. And these are iron transfers, and they're unique in that they're also vintage. Okay, and it'll be buyer's choice. And I think there's 5 of them. We'll keep the shipping though. I have not used these in junk journals yet, so we're going to open one up and see what we think. And then we're going to raid, and Delaney or Catherine, I think it changed because I had Mixed Media Girl on my notes, but then last night it changed. Can you remind me who I'm rating into? Otherwise, I can check the chat real quick. All right, let's take a look at one of these. This will be the last thing that I run before. Oh, I raid Princess Catherine. Perfect. I appreciate that. All right, so let's do this one for a minute. Let's take a look at these together, okay? So it will be buyer's choice, and I'm not quite sure what's in these. I just thrifted these the other day. So let's take a look, okay? I'm going to open it a tiny bit. So even these envelopes, you know, we're crazy. We junk journalers are crazy. We like even just these envelopes. So it's similar to a sewing pattern, but I don't know if they'll still heat transfer or not. But otherwise, it's just one very large page, and you can cut them into smaller pieces to practice, or not to practice, but to try and see if they'll still hot iron transfer, or just to use them as colorful images, or unique images, I should say, in your junk journal. So there's one full sheet in this Proud to be American one. Okay, and then this one says Valentine's. Let's check, yeah. So there's one full sheet that is these Valentine images. Aunt Martha. I didn't check Etsy or eBay to see if these have any value or not. And run it one more time. Okay, let's see. And then this one is repeat transfer sampler for embroidery or ballpoint painting. Never heard of ballpoint painting. It's fun to sometimes look at these old kits, right? And see Peace on Earth, Welcome, Home Sweet Home. Oh, that's cool. It's kind of pink. These are cool. See if there's a date on them. No date. Printed in the USA. Okay, and the last one, make sure that it's in there. Sunflowers and butterflies. This was a bins find. I go crazy when I go to the bins, you guys. I have to limit myself because I just grab every deck of cards. I've stopped buying the red and blue decks of cards. Tell me in the chat, should I keep buying those? I mean, I figure they're probably about 25 cents if I grab them. But now I just try to grab the vintage cards that aren't just traditional red or blue. But let me know if you guys like the traditional red and blue ones, and I can make a giant lot of them. Sunflowers and butterflies, also really cool. Okay, these are really cool. All right, which one would you like, Abby Cat? The blue envelope, please. You got it. Does anybody want me to run it again? Does anybody else want one? Otherwise, I'll probably just put them in the buy now so that I've got some bloops, in which case I can lower the price on some buy now things. All right, so that one is going to Abby. We did the 2 glitter bombs, and let me get that giveaway going. All right, mini box of junk journal goodies heading your way. Okay, enter that giveaway. And good. And let's go to the buy now. Let me just see, 3-minute warning. Ooh, Denson, you want to do the embroidery? I'll try to put them together in a buy now, and then they'll be there for my next show. So maybe you could grab it then. Just seeing if I missed any questions. All right. So dozen library cards. There's still, if you're trying to get into the giveaway, there is still one more dozen of these bright colored library cards. Okay, one more of those available for $1. If you would like some tickets, okay, I have all of these blue tickets. Okay, so I don't know. Let me see if it'll. Okay, tickets for yourself or for others, and I'll actually double it. It won't let me run it as a flash sale, so I'll do 2 dozen, or yeah, no, there you go. It is 2 dozen. I thought it was a dozen. 2 dozen tickets for $1. So I have them in blue, or if you want to grab some in red, last chance. Here's red, pinkish red, pinning that, and library pocket is still there. If anybody still needs a library pocket, they're sticky backed. These are original unused library pockets. Last call. All right, let's draw the winner. There's only one entry in the mini box. Excellent odds. There we go. 2 entries. 2 entries on your mark. Get set. Drawing a winner. Abby Cat, Atlanta Kids, you're getting another box, and so well deserved. You've been the one that won the most auctions and supported me the most on this show, and always. So I am so excited. Yay! I can't wait to get all this stuff ready for you. And let's go ahead and raid Princess Catherine and see what kind of kits she has going on. Make sure you drop a tip in Y Delaney Wise bucket today, because she is running the raid train, and I'm so thankful for all of you. Thank you. Off we go. Let's raid now.